Hello, and welcome back to Tangent. I'm Ethan Leith.
And I'm Brandon Ilsley.
And if you've never listened to this podcast before, the whole point is that we are going to get a word or phrase, and we will discuss said word or phrase going on whatever tangents we may go on. You can find all the other places that you can find Tangent on tangent.buzzsprout.com. buzzsprout.com.
See, you doing that has made me realise I didn't do that last episode. So,
I also didn't do it the first episode. I said fuck it, and then I didn't do it.
Oh yeah,
It didn't happen on the first episode.
So now you get it.
Yeah. Now you have it.
But after this, you're on your own. Be an adult.
Yeah. You're completely on your own after this. You can basically find us wherever you find podcasts, for the most part.
We should just start saying that. So how have you been?
Fuck you. Yeah, I've been pretty all right. I have another film I'm in now.
Oh, okay. What's this?
To add to the list. This film is called Everyone Has Secrets. I don't know how it's just like, I've just somehow known exactly the right people. Like it really is complete luck that I've managed to get these productions.
And as we see, Ethan sells himself short yet again. But yeah, no, I completely agree.
Anyway, how are you doing, sexy man?
I am doing fine. To be fair, usual. I've had a day off today. This is why I'm probably sounding a little bit more awake and lively. Is I've had a day off from work, which is lovely.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Otherwise, not doing too bad. Yeah, actually, I went to a really nice barbecue place in Soho yesterday.
Oh wow,
like barbecue foods. Had some baby back ribs and some pulled pork and chips. And it was actually reasonably priced. And I know what you're going to say. What's the name of this place? I'll tell you what, Ethan. I do not remember. And that's the end of that story.
That smashed, were you?
No, it wasn't. I just don't remember. It's on Poland Street. That's what I remember. So go to Poland Street, just off Tottenham Court Road, and it's there. It's a barbecue place.
Okay. I'll if I ever want to go there, I will look for the barbecue place on Poland Road.
Poland Street. That's actually very important.
Oh,
it's Poland Street.
Sorry. Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, for places like London, that probably is quite important.
Yeah, there's definitely a Poland Road somewhere else.
Yeah. Possibly in Soho.
Yeah. Poland Road leads into Poland Street, which leads into Tottenham Court Road.
What's happening?
Why does this keep happening? Oh,
okay. Sorry. I guess it's prompt time.
The prompt time. One day we won't fall for that.
Woo!
Whoa, Jesus.
Yeah.
Somebody's peeking.
Sorry. My mic has been peaking a lot. I feel very sorry for all the headphone users. I need to move back from my mic. I don't know why it's so loud today.
That's really funny. My mic is, I think, being a bit quiet today. So you're going to have so much fun editing this one.
Oh, that's fine. I can do dialogue leveling.
What's the tangent? What's the prompt?
The prompt today comes from the ever wonderful actor, writer,
kind of chef, right? He's our F8. He's our, yeah.
Oh yeah, chef as well. Theo, who's given us the prompt of witchcraft.
Ooh, spoopy.
Ooh, should have saved this for a Halloween episode.
That's so far away. There's no way that's happening.
So, this is something that I found very fascinating, and I've had quite a few interactions with, especially since going, or I've finished now, but especially since starting university. What is your opinion? Do you think witchcraft, yay or nay? Do you reckon I could put some mud and some twigs?
Don't start offending Wiccans.
and crush them up, and like, do you think
look,
Well, I mean, I have no problem with people who practice this. I like genuinely. I'm like, I love the culture.
that's it.
I just don't. I don't think. I don't think spells exist. I don't think
here's
magic
the thing,
exists.
Ethan. Here's
Sorry,
the thing,
guys.
Ethan. To counter that, I don't think God exists. But yet, here we are with loads of.
This is true.
Well,
And do you think magic exists?
Ethan, have you seen the world? And you're telling me it's not magical? You're telling me you've looked at a sunrise and gone, that's mundane shit right there. That's some boring ass mundane shit.
Guys, the whole world is magical.
No, okay, but in all honesty, I actually know a couple Wiccas.
Same here.
So this is modern day witchcraft. We're obviously not. Obviously, you're not referring to. Am I okay with the devil worshipping? You know, like we sacrifice the blood of this kid of this virgin to Satan, our Lord and Savior, who's gifting us powers. I'm not about the warlock type thing, but like modern day Wiccas. Yeah, I think I actually really like the religion. See, so I'm obviously not, as I've just said, I'm an atheist. So I actually find it easier to get on board with spiritualistic, energy-based religions. You know what I mean? Or like very primal, elemental worshipping type religions. Because like I understand because I understand where the worship comes from. It's like, there is this sort of like energy flow to interactions with people, and there's very much a thing of vibes in a room. So when it comes to like trying to manipulate those things, I can understand why they've come to a physical interpretation of these things, especially when it comes to like worshipping like the rains and like the earth and plants. You know what I mean? Like the things that are naturally providing for the humanity. I completely understand where that comes from. More so than the modern theological, physicalized deities.
I think the people of Salem did nothing wrong.
I would tend to agree completely, considering that the witch hunt has been proven to be unfounded. Because, like you said at the beginning of this podcast, spells don't exist.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I completely get that. I mean, I think that's fascinating that, like, that would lend itself to you kind of finding it easier to get behind those things, being atheistic, because I almost would have thought it would have been the opposite. But like, yeah, because that's the thing is, like, as I said, I absolutely love, like, worshipping nature and all these things. I think are things that are so important that we do. And, just because I don't think magic itself exists doesn't mean that I'm not like, actually, yeah, go and fucking support nature. Go live outside in the woods for like a week and, just get connected with everything. That's not a thing for Wiccans. That's just something I want to do. Like just, yeah, I guess this whole sense of like, I completely am behind like the worshipping nature and the things of like around us side. I am religious, for those listening. I am a Baha'i, which a lot of people haven't heard of, but if you ever want to search it up, it's BAHA''I. So
Your tendency to spell things like even if somebody spelt the word Baha'i wrong, Google has this thing where it will tell them the right spelling. Like you don't.
But it's the question I get asked so much, and I think the apostrophe isn't obvious.
Hang on. When someone asks you about your religion, the first question in their minds is always, how do you spell that? It's not. That's such a lie.
No, I didn't. I never said it was the first question I got asked. I just said it's a question I get asked a lot.
All right. Well, actually, I have a question for you right now. Why did you presume that me being atheist would lend me into like not agreeing with it more? Like why? Like why? That's such an interesting opinion. Like just because like you presuming me being atheist means that I would agree on the scale of agreement of a religion. You think I'd agree more with the deification type religions than I would one of those ones? How come?
Oh no! That wasn't. I just thought that you wouldn't support any of it in general.
Oh no!
Because that was kind of my. I found it fascinating that you were saying, oh, I can kind of get behind it.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm still not a fan of organized religion in general.
Yeah.
But that's another reason why, well, at least from the Wiccas that I have sort of come into contact with, I guess, and that are my friends, it's a very personal, as much as you can have a coven, and I did that in air quotes for those who can't see me, which is everyone. It's still a very personal. Well, as again, from what I've seen, I'm not about to say it about for everyone, but yeah, it's a personal thing. It's like the way that you are interpreting or you're receiving either nature or, like I say, the vibes in the room or the energy from crystals or the sage. So it is a very subjective thing, and it's very known to be subjective. Whereas I see most organized religions go, this is a subjective thing, but this is how everyone should see it, you know? And that's what this is where I sort of start to get. We're about to get into a big theological debate, and like I am an atheist, so I tend to rub people the wrong way with my religious opinions. But yeah, no.
I mean, I I'm completely like, with you, and like I can get where, like, a lot of those views and opinions come from, because I think if I wasn't, I grew up a Baha'i, and I think if I wasn't born a Baha'i, I don't think that, I would have bothered to look deeply enough. I definitely think that if I had have looked deeply, even at this point in time, I would still be a Baha'i, because part of the thing of being a Baha'i is this whole thing of like, it is a bit more, I guess it's not necessarily subjective, but it's about finding, rather than blindly following the people around you, it's about finding the truth.
Right.
And so we have this whole concept of like the independent investigation of truth, where, you can't just take what everyone says on face value. You're supposed to question it.
It's just a very good way of living life. Like, never take anything at face value. Like, anything. Even if it is a face value thing.
Yeah.
This is like just an advice channel now. Because, yeah, 100%, 100%. Like, everyone, maybe this is me being cynical again, but everyone wants something. You know what I mean? Like, no one is in anything for free. No one's doing anything just because they're being really nice. Everybody wants something from you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess to an extent. I mean, I don't know. I feel I've done things where I've not felt like I wanted something from someone. I mean, like today, I gave my little cousin a pack of cards because she was interested in magic, but that wasn't, I wasn't looking for anything from
Again,
that.
this is me being cynical. This is obviously my own personal point of view about the world and about people, but everyone does something because it makes them feel a certain way. You love magic. For anyone else who doesn't need, who didn't know that Ethan was a massive nerd from the Maths Mansion episode, Ethan loves magic, D&D, and maths. Just to out you completely.
Thank you. I also don't like maths. I fucking hate maths.
Didn't you do like physics for like A level?
Yes, I did physics, maths, and computer science, and I chose drama, Brandon.
This is true.
I chose drama.
This is true. Okay. So
no, I don't like maths. I like Dungeons and Dragons,
which is a lot of maths in D&D, but yeah.
Shut it, Shrimpy.
Call me Shrimpy. That's never happened before. Where did that come from?
But what was the other thing that we were just talking about?
I'm going to get back on topic. Basically, Ethan likes magic. So basically what I'm...
Yes, that was it. Magic and public transport.
By the way, we mean magic is in card tricks, not magic is in Magic the Gathering.
Oh yeah, actually that is probably a good...
We literally just talked about D&D as well. Look, yeah, so basically Ethan likes magic, right? So you...
Also, Brandon likes D&D as well.
I love D&D. I'm never...
Brandon's a hyper nerd. He likes D&D, Star Wars, and wetting the bed.
Look, it just makes the bed more comfortable, okay? We're not going to have to get into this right now. I don't wet the bed, okay? I haven't in at least 6 months. Anyway, bruv, stop interrupting me. God.
Sorry. It's like we're disabled or something.
We're not disabled. Oh, wow. All right, I'm not going to get into that.
We are. I searched up the other day. They're both disabilities. ADHD is considered a disability.
I'd consider it a superpower, considering on how many things you can fucking focus on at once. Obviously, yeah, there's the side.
I'm not doubting that. I think I'm quite glad I have ADHD. But technically, legally, we're both disabled.
You don't have to give the people who don't like me any more ammunition, Ethan, okay? Like, they don't need it.
That's the point of this podcast.
Right.
It literally has on the podcast bio that we're disabled. just not in those words.
Ethan, you like magic, okay? So there's some part of you that when your niece, was it cousin, whatever. I feel like the reason that I understand why you were like, I did that out of the kindness of my heart. You like magic so much, you really, it's a big source of enjoyment for you. So you're like, I want this person to also enjoy this thing as much as me. But that's not because you're like, I want this person to like love this thing. It's because you want to be unconsciously validated for your enjoyment of it by someone else also enjoying it. Now you can say that's a very not narcissistic, a very pessimistic point of view about humanity. But I would also say there's been many studies that have proved that to be accurate. But obviously that disguises itself in a very overtly, this is a very nice thing to do for someone. Everyone likes to give gifts to people, but people like to give gifts to people because they like how it makes them feel when the other person goes, oh, that's a really nice gift I wouldn't have bought myself. Not because, nothing happens for free, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't necessarily agree with that as a sentiment. I mean, I get where it comes from because, I've looked at it quite a bit. And I've heard that as a sentiment being, told before, but yeah, I guess I feel like just because it makes you feel good, I've done things where I've been like, I hate this, I didn't want to do it, and then I still did it because I sometimes it's just you feel like it's the right thing to do, and it's not for social clout or anything.
Because it's an obligation. And that's different because that's about commitment to a thing. That's about seeing something through, which is a lot of in which you will hold your own personal pride for completing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like I'll come back at everything with humans are inherently selfish, but I agree with you that it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing.
Yeah.
But understanding the base reasons why we do everything is for ourselves. It doesn't take away from doing something nice to someone. Like it, you know what I mean? Like you give homeless people money, not because, you're like, I genuinely hope this £1 coin saves your life, because it won't. You do it because you're like, I've got a spare £1 coin and I feel bad for you.
That's why most of the time, if I'm going to do something, I'll get them something.
Yeah.
Rather than just giving them...
I have a very funny story about that though, to be fair. Carry on.
I try and make it something that's like genuinely kind of meaningful. But go on, tell us your funny story.
So this was when I was doing my A-level geography. Was it A-level or GCSE geography? Basically, we had to go to Christchurch. Not Christchurch. God damn it. Where did Jack the Ripper operate?
Yeah,
where is it?
Not Christ. That's Christchurch.
Yeah, no, but it's.
I know this from my geography GCSE.
White church. That's why you prick. It was a very obvious mistake.
Christchurch is suffering from massive coastal erosion. There's a woman there called Liz Turner. Her house.
It's getting getting
eroded. Her garden.
It's falling in the sea. I also did this. We also went to Christchurch as well. Anyway.
I didn't. I went to Cromer. It was shit.
Anyway.
And thus we have lost everyone from Cromer.
We were walking down, is it Whitechapel? Yeah. And we were in Whitechapel, and so we saw a homeless guy, and we'd just come out of the Tesco's, and he was outside the Tesco's, and my mate just bought a sandwich, and he was like, actually, I don't want anything to eat. So he walked up to the homeless guy and was like, here you go, here's a sandwich and a drink for you, because the sign he had underneath him said, money for food and drink, and the guy straight up went, the fuck is this, and threw it away, from him, the food and the drink, and I remember we walked away, and then we were like, wow. I understand if you're running a scam, but you can't be that fucking obvious about it, because it wasn't just us who saw you do that.
Literally.
Loads of people just saw you do that. You're not going to get any more money now, mate. That's insane.
Well, I don't even necessarily think maybe it's a scam, but I think, sometimes people want money for other things that help
drugs and alcohol.
Help curb the feeling.
Yeah, no, more. I mean, I understand why drugs and alcohol is prevalent among homeless people, because if I also had to sleep in the cold, I would want something that would make me not cold all the time. So yeah, I completely get it. If you hit rock bottom and there's no other way of feeling good about yourself apart from getting absolutely off your head on skag, yes, I would also do that, because
I buy tons of deep heat. Money for deep heat, please. Would that work?
No,
would that
no,
not make you feel cold?
No.
Or no?
I love
I don't
the
use
idea.
deep heat a lot.
They'll find
Just
your
lather
body
yourself.
dead, just stinking of deep heat, like it reeks of deep heat. So like no one can come near you. And then they're like, "How did he die?" And they're like, "This dickhead thought he'd be warm if he." Deep heat. You just die of hypothermia because he's like smothered. You have like cans of deep heat around you.
It's the same with alcohol. Alcohol doesn't actually make you warm. It just makes you feel like
No,
you're
that's
warm.
not true. It's a vasodilator. It's a vasoconstrictor, so it increases your blood pressure, and it also increases your heart rate. So when your heart rate increases and your blood pressure is increased, you are warmer. That's how science works. Why have you gone silent?
Because I was searching it up.
Is alcohol a vasoconstrictor?
No. So alcohol can make you think that you're warm, but it is deceptive. When you drink alcohol, it affects the blood vessels just below your skin. They open up, so more blood and heat flows into them. That actually is just taking heat away from the core of your body.
Oh wow!
Towards your skin.
Oh wow! I was like completely wrong. So it's a vasodilator. Really?
Yeah.
But like alcoholics have a high rate of CHD due to the constricting of the vein of the arteries and such. Because then it.
Well, this is just what DrinkAware is saying, and this is how I've always understood it: is that it just takes warmth from in your body, and the warmth flows to like your skin, so it makes you feel like you're warm.
To be fair, what I'm going to say to that is sometimes all you need to do is feel like you're warm, because like being cold is so deadly. Like when you feel cold, when you truly feel cold, you stop doing things that would usually warm you up. You know what I mean? Like everyone knows to like warm up when you're cold is like, you know, jump around, get your heart rate going, like you know, like find somewhere shelter, keep yourself huddled up, whatever. When you're really cold, you stop moving. Like
those things suck.
Yeah, right. And exactly, and like you're like, I don't want to move right now. I want to be huddled in a ball. And it's like, but that's not going to help. It's going to make you more cold.
Yeah.
So
that's like the worst thing you can do.
Pounding fucking whiskey or whatever and feeling really warm and then being like, I'm going to go and move around actually will warm you up. So everyone get drunk. I advocate drink.
All I'm saying is it sounds like my deep heat idea would work pretty well.
No, it would not. I refuse to believe it. Do you know what? If anything, all it would do is make sure that all of the animals in the animal kingdom definitely stayed away from you.
What happens if you bathe in deep heat?
Bathe in deep heat?
What? Oh, okay. There's a video. There's a video.
That's going to be some guy being stingy. But okay, are you telling me that like if you know how there's a thing called deep freeze, which is the opposite effect of deep heat? Are you telling me that if somebody bathed in deep freeze, they could give themselves hypothermia?
No. But
then why would you think it would work the other way?
No, because we're saying that because I was saying that, you know, you were saying it's about the feeling. So because alcohol isn't going to stop you from getting hypothermia.
Yeah, but deep heat doesn't make you think you're warm. Deep heat heats up a specific area of your body, and I suppose if you bathe in it, it would heat up all of your body.
Exactly,
but it would just be stingy.
Brandon.
But it would just be stingy, wouldn't it? It'd just be like itchy. So you wouldn't even get any sleep anyway. Like prickly heat. You ever had prickly heat?
Oh, this looks horrible.
I can't believe you're watching a video when we're on a podcast. Like this is like the worst form of entertainment.
I'm skimming it. They are literally they were just screaming the whole time.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just gonna be like prickly heat, but really intense. Like, you know when you get like really warm in a specific area of your body, and then you're like, ow, like fuck, like ow, that really hurts.
Yeah, every time I decide to take a bath.
Turn down the bath temperature then. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but then it gets cold. I like to take my bath for like, you know, a while, so...
Yeah. Well, no, Ethan. When the bath gets cold, get out. Like, just get out the bath. Just get out the bath.
But what if I'm not ready?
You are ready. You're definitely ready. If you haven't washed yourself enough by the time the water turns cold...
Dude, if I'm taking a bath, it is not to wash myself.
What?
It's because I want a bath.
Yeah, but you still do you put like bubble bath in it? Do you put like soap and stuff in it?
Not always.
Then you have just wasted water. You're telling me that when you take a bath, all you do is you waste like 6 gallons of water.
Well, I don't just sit in the water and then get out.
What do you do? What do you do?
Body wash.
Okay.
I put in it. Okay, when I take a bath, light some candles, put in some Epsom salt, put in my Shoremen 2-in-1 in my hair, and I lather up with my Old Spice body wash, and I lie in the bath.
So you do wash?
Yeah, I didn't say I didn't wash.
You did. You just said
no. I said the point is, it's not just
rewind
to wash.
The tape.
If I'm taking
rewind the tape.
if I'm taking a bath, it isn't just to wash. It's because I want to relax in the bath. So I also watch YouTube.
You are now going to edit out the point in which you say that you don't wash in the bath.
How dare you?
I'm going to make this bit really long so that you actually can't edit this out without making this like a fucking 15-minute long episode.
How very dare you, sir? Accuse
Lee.
me of such a heinous thing that I would be so dishonest as editing out anything.
Ethan Leith, if you that point in it, I swear to you, I will never do it.
As if you're going to listen to it.
I actually listened to the first one.
Yeah, because we were here. You listened to the second. You listened to the second one yet?
It's not out on anything yet.
Damn it! I thought I'd catch you up.
No, I had a weird narcissistic enjoyment to listening to our conversation. I thought it was quite funny.
Yeah, I did. Admittedly, I listened to it on the way to work. I also found the same narcissistic enjoyment.
It's weird, isn't it? Like, maybe, well, we're about to out ourselves as like huge. Well, if you didn't already know, we want to be actors. You know what I mean? Narcissism kind of comes with the territory. Yeah. I apologize. But no, I don't know. Also to be fair, I just enjoy our conversations as a person because I enjoy talking to you.
Aww.
So me listening back to our conversations is just like listening back to a conversation with a mate. So there we are. That's not narcissistic at all. It's just about enjoying good times. Like I still have video. It's like, I suppose it's like watching back videos of you and your mates. You know what I mean?
Nah, I never do that.
Like I still have some quality videos of you, Ethan. Like my favorite one has to be the one where you claimed that you murdered one of our friends in a dream that you had. You claimed that you murdered one of our friends from uni.
I don't know if I can put that in. I don't know if I can put that in the podcast.
I purposefully kept it vague.
It can't.
I gave nothing about the situation or who you were with or who you were talking about.
I'm just saying, this could be used in a trial against me.
What, you actually kill him?
Huh?
You actually, after uni ended, you actually killed them.
No, he's still alive. I think. I haven't spoken to him in a while.
You're bringing it back. You're bringing it. You're closing it. Now everyone knows it's a dude.
Oh,
yeah. You did that
it's
to yourself.
Making it worse.
You made that exact sound.
It was a horrible dream. I really did not enjoy it in my dream. I woke up.
Yeah, because you also thought one of our lecturers was there as well, right?
Yeah, because that was the thing, is she was getting me to do it. It was like it's a you or him.
Oh, one of our lecturers turned into
And I felt so bad because I chose me.
Yeah, well, no, everyone. Okay, unless. Like, it's the choice between you and, like, your mum or, like, someone you deeply, deeply care about, like your partner or something. There is no person on this planet who doesn't choose their own survival. It's hardwired into us. No, you wouldn't, Ethan. No, you wouldn't. If I stood there with a gun and I was like, I'm going to kill you, you get to choose. I'm going to kill you or I'm going to kill this random person you don't know. Ethan Leith, you would choose yourself. And I don't think that's even a bad thing because every single person on the planet would.
Yeah, I would choose me for you to kill.
No, you would not, my friend.
Yeah, I would because you wouldn't kill me.
Me personally,
I'm in your mind, bro.
Ethan, I would kill you if someone paid me 50p to do it. I just need a little bit of incentive, and you'd be dead.
All right, this is his confession. If you're hearing this in court, jury, I did not consent to being killed.
I did not consent to my own death.
Yeah.
That's what I'd get charged on. Not the fact I murdered you. It's the fact I didn't get your consent.
Yeah, do you know if like someone's trying to break into your house and you say no thank you legally, they can't?
I did know that, actually. I did. No thank you. I do like the idea of that they're actually in your head, they're trying to provide you a service and you go, no thank you.
Yeah. It's like every single door-to-door salesman ever.
Oh, I had, for the first time in a long time, actually, the other day, I had Mormons knock at my door.
Okay.
Yeah, like were they Mormons? Jehovah's Witnesses? I don't know. I didn't read the pamphlet they gave me. There's always persuasive literature. But I do remember like one time when like these people knocked at my door. They gave me a pamphlet and they were basically trying to prove to me that there's science in the Bible. Right, hear me out. They basically said to me that God, or like somebody in the Bible, had written about the weather cycle, like the water cycle, because they said that when it rains into the rivers and then the rivers flow back into the sea. And apparently he was talking about the water cycle. And in my head, I was like, no, he's just observed how water works.
Well, I mean, the water cycle. The water cycle itself is an observation, but I'm pretty sure the theory of the water cycle was created a lot more recently.
Yeah.
Than the time of the Bible.
Well, yeah, considering that I don't think they would have had a term for evaporation. You know what I mean? They would have gone like, if I heat up water, it disappears. But I don't think they would have had the idea or concept, especially at that time, that the sun can do that to a lake or the river or like the sea. I don't think they would have understood that.
And especially as the theory of the water cycle was created by a guy called Bernard Palissy in 1580 AD.
Well, he was probably a Catholic then.
What do you mean?
Well, if he was
in
1580 AD, he was probably a Catholic Christian.
Everyone was.
Yeah, you couldn't not be religious, otherwise you were, killed.
I mean, from my own religious perspective, I think that, I and what we're taught as Baha'is is that there is no conflict between religion and science. It's kind of like, science is for understanding the world around us, and religion is for understanding the greater why of things.
But the problem. But
also, hang on, let me finish.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Thank you. But a lot of the Bible was written because it was for people before science was widely available, where most things were passed through oral tradition. One, the Bible was passed around a lot by oral tradition before it was written down. And two, most of it is metaphors that people at the time would have understood better than, Charles Darwin discovered evolution. So how do you explain how the world was created to people that don't understand evolution?
Yeah, no. Oh, I get this, and I understand that about what I was going to say is the way that you described the tandem between science and religion. The science is for understanding the world around us, and religion is for understanding the why. My only problem with that is that almost every religion, they say the why is ineffable. So if I physically am not able to understand the why, what is the point of this service? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like if
I don't know why, but just the concept of you describing religion as a service much tickled me.
Well, that's what it is, right? Religion is a way of you being able to exist in the world, peacefully, and so that it's providing you a service. It's providing you a form of service to comfort you in terms of greater things that you can't understand. But why I get annoyed at it is if it says it's ineffable. So what is the point of you? If I can't understand it anyway, you serve no purpose. That's where I'll leave that. That's where I'll leave that.
Yeah. I mean, we are out of time. But the one the one thing that I do think in response to that is that, in the Baha'i faith, the concept is it's ineffable in this life, but that you don't stop progressing. It's not like you have this life and then there's an afterlife. Actually, the majority of existence is the afterlife. This is like the baby developing in the womb. It's like if I were to go, hi, you're a child in the womb, you're not going to understand sight until you're born.
No, yeah, and I get that.
And it's like, actually, you know what, it's fine that it's ineffable for now. And we're still taught that God is effectively unknowable, but it's kind of like we have an eternal journey that we are on as souls, as beings, and that the whole purpose of that journey is to know and to love God.
No, and you know what? And that is it's a really nice way of living in the world. I suppose that me as a person, how I'm hardwired, I would get frustrated at somebody, but it's almost like teasing. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
You can't know. It's like when you were a teenager and your parents used to say, "You'll understand when you're older." It's like, I can understand now if you explain it to me. You know what I mean? But I don't like. I suppose I don't like the idea of like this life is in service of the next. I think that to me, it breeds comfortability. It breeds being okay with whatever shit's thrown at you, and that is good. But like not wanting to change it because you don't have to, because that's not what this life is about. This life is about the next one. So, and I think that to me is where it's like I can't get on board with that, purely for the fact of this life is the only life I know for definite, for certain, for truth. This life does and happen now, all around me, right now. So why would I waste my certainty on a possibility? It's like me getting a paycheck every month and wasting all of it on lottery tickets.
Yeah, I mean,
in my mind, personally.
I get that. I think, yeah, the Baha'i faith is interesting in the fact that it teaches that just because there is a next life doesn't mean that this life has no point to it, and that your actions in this life directly affect, we don't believe in heaven or hell, but essentially the purpose of this life is to overcome adversity and to make yourself into the best form of a person as you can be. And that's, the whole kind of concept of you still have to try in this life. It's very important that you do. But anyway, I think we could probably go on forever, and I'm very aware.
I was going to say this...
that we've already gone. This is quite a long episode now.
Wow, thank you. This got so deep. This is a deep episode.
Yeah, I think this is. I think this is the least amount of tangents we've ever been on as well.
No, yeah, we kind of went on one and kind of come back to religion in the end. So that's yeah.
So this was a chat about witchcraft. We hope you enjoyed.
It was.
Yeah. I am a 70-foot man.
And I eat cheese.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.